Hi, class. Let's go over the syllabus together. I'm going to share my screen. All right. We're going to begin here with the course description. So this is English C1000, composition and reading in college. And it is an asynchronous class, which means we do not have a set meeting time. You get to take this class at your own pace as long as you meet those deadlines. You're doing great. So asynchronous means we don't meet at any set time. It is wholly online. And of course, I'm your English professor. Hello, Professor Graham. All right, so we're just going to kind of go through the syllabus together page by page. I'm not going to read every single thing to you, otherwise I'd put you to sleep. But this course focuses on developing analytical reading skills and the ability to write college level essays. So you will be writing in different rhetorical formats, which means different types of essays, and you'll learn the basics of collegiate research. Um, I'll let you read through the course objectives very carefully at your own on your own time. Um, but you'll be writing essays, you'll be using reading strategies to understand argumentative text with both literal and implied meanings. You'll write clear, well-organized, purpose-driven analytical essays, and you'll learn to synthesize evidence from outside resources to support your ideas effectively. All right, so this is going to be the best way to contact me is using, you just go ahead and use this link if you wish, or there's this link over here on the left-hand side of your screen. You can just click on this link right here, inbox. And if this is new to you, I can show you. So you click on inbox, and then right up here in the corner is compose. And then you'd select the course that we're in and go ahead and type your email in here and you can send it. But again, the other way to do it is just go ahead and click that link, and this will bring you right to me. And so will this one, this Canvas email. So there are a couple different ways to reach me, but all roads lead to home. You will reach me through Canvas email for any reason whatsoever. If we do need to meet via Zoom, all you need to do is click on this link, the Zoom virtual office, and it will take you right to my office, quote unquote, and you won't need a code or a password. If you do contact me, if you have a question, you want to talk to me, make sure that you allow 24 to 48 hours return time for me to respond to you rather. I don't want anyone to wait until the last minute before something's due and try and contact me and not turn something in because they didn't hear from me. So avoid doing that. Give it some time, definitely read assignments well in advance of the due date. So if any questions do come up, you're able to contact me right away. All right. So some of our course policies, again, I don't want to read this to you word for word, otherwise it would turn into nap time. But the course attendance policy, because it's asynchronous, sorry guys, we don't have an attendance policy because it is asynchronous. So all you need to do is just keep up with the pace of the course and make sure you're submitting work on time. Therefore, we also don't necessarily have authorized absences because we don't have meeting times. Just make sure if you're going to be gone for any reason, whether it's school related or say you have a family vacation or something wonderful, go ahead and make arrangements with me in advance. and we'll get that work done before the due date, right? Because there are no extensions, but we'll talk about that in a second. Late work for this class is accepted as long as it's submitted within 3 days of the due date. Okay. It will receive an automatic 25% penalty. And I do want to make clear here that even if a module is not locked and you're able to submit something past the 3 days, it still will not receive a grade. It is that doesn't have anything to do with anything. The locked modules stuff, whether it's locked or not, there is a 3-day grace period, again with the 25% late penalty. If there are any questions that arise regarding the late penalty, feel free to contact me. The good news is that you are able to revise work within 24 hours of receiving a grade, and that includes assignments and essays, homework assignments and essays. Most students just do it with the major writing assignment or the essay, but the revisions are then due within 24 hours of receiving the grade. Plagiarism is obviously not allowed. I'm sure you guys know that already, but it is a school policy, so we put it in the syllabus. Plagiarism is the known theft or copying of another student, another author, another resource without citing citing the resource. So there is a plagiarism check and an AI check before I grade anything, whether it's a discussion post, a homework assignment, or an essay. They are all run through the two different checks. And so we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a second. The homework assignments and essays in this class, you do have 4 assignments. You have 4 essay assignments. There's the summary and response, compare and contrast, cause and effect, and a research essay. And actually, this extra credit, 100 points, that is not true. We're getting rid of that right now. That is outdated. Okay, sorry about that, guys. There are extra credit opportunities that come up sometimes, and I do give extra credit for excellence, just kind of when I see excellent work, it receives extra credit. However, that there is not there's really no time for a whole extra essay during our brief time together. So sorry about that. Okay. You will have homework assignments every week. There is a quiz associated with every module, and there's a discussion forum in every module. We'll go over the assignments in a different video. So, again, here I kind of mentioned that the random extra credit opportunities, I'll let you read that so I don't repeat myself. And the different assignment types and submission are here. You always have my support and confidentiality. Now, this course uses a specific essay template. It is here for you in several ways. So but all roads lead to home. Here it is, just so you cannot miss it. You will definitely want to take a look at this sooner than later. Oopsie daisy, it's a lecture. That's the lecture, but here's the document. And this is the format that you'll want to use. This is MLA format. And then it's also my specific format for each paragraph. So you'll want to take a definite look at this. I'll have a different video submitted as you saw. There's a link to a different lecture specifically. So I won't go over this in this one, but just know that be aware that there is an essay format and it makes it very easy to put together an essay in an organized way. Here is your grading rubric. This is used on all formal essays. Again, I'm not going to read it to you. I'll put you to sleep, but there it is for you to look at on your own time. And you'll definitely be seeing the rubric in your essay at the end of each essay, so that you will become familiar with. Feedback in this class comes from me. It comes in comments that I leave on your assignments. It comes in rubrics. So you'll also receive weekly emails from me. You'll receive announcements from me, and you're also welcome to reach out to me and request a Zoom meeting, and we can go over if you would like extra help, extra feedback on anything like that. You're more than welcome. And then you'll also get feedback from your peers in discussion forums. And occasionally, I'll have a peer review workshop during the semester, or they can be impromptu. You guys can uh, gather on your own and do a review workshop if you would like. So there are many opportunities for feedback, both formally from me, informally from your classmates, and we're all here to help. So let me just kind of pull out of this and make sure. Okay, cool. So we have a couple more sections I would like to go over with you really quickly. We're going to continue with the last two, and then we're going to go through the student resources very quickly as well in this video. So, the Yuba College codes of conduct probably look familiar to you. They are not unusual. There's just student conduct asks that you be nice to each other, be respectful. You know that. And then, of course, like I just said, the policy on plagiarism is kind of a big deal. So definitely don't do that. And then academic honesty in general regarding plagiarism and AI. So let's talk a little bit about AI. This class is a writing class, and therefore we have a zero tolerance AI policy. And so this goes over all of that. What is plagiarism? What is AI? The do's and don'ts. I will tell you that if your submission is flat, I do an AI check and a plagiarism check on every single assignment in this class. Discussion posts, homework assignments, and essays. They all are checked before I grade them. If something is deemed AI, having been AI generated, whether that means it was written in ChatGPT or something similar, or if it's been edited through Grammarly or through Google Docs, I know has an editing component. So that is considered AI writing because it's been reformatted and is by someone or something other than you. So definitely don't do that. If it does, though, right? If something happens and it is flagged for AI or being plagiarized, but AI is kind of more common these days. So if it does not pass the AI check, it will receive a 0. The 0 is a holding place until we speak and we go over it together. So what will happen is the assignment receives a grade. You'll see a comment from me saying this submission failed the AI check, and therefore please contact me through Canvas email to make an appointment to meet via Zoom, and we'll go over it together. And then that's where I can determine if you wrote it yourself and used an editing tool, or if it is wholly generated, using AI. And we'll just go from there. It's a case by case response. Um, I've had students just, admit it and take the zero. Or sometimes it's deemed that they did write it and they used an editing tool and they're able to revise and resubmit or write a new draft. So there are various ways that it'll turn out. It's not a hard zero unless you don't contact me, right? So then it will remain a zero if I don't hear from you. And it might remain a zero if it is, if there's nowhere to go with this. But don't panic. Just contact me and we'll go from there. Right? And that's really all there is to say about it. Hopefully you're pretty familiar with AI and you've been this isn't your first rodeo, so to speak. And anyways, read through this carefully. I'm going to avoid reading this to you and putting you to sleep, but there is a lot of information here that will help you avoid that. Okay, so now we are in the student services section in the student services module, I guess we'll call it. So we are here. And this will just be a few moments. So there are two ways to contact a tutor. You can meet with the tutor via Zoom, and you can make an appointment with them. There are lots of information here. There are hours and whatnot. You can also go into the writing center and meet with them face to face. That is located in Marysville. So there are a couple different options here. There are many links for you to reach them. Here's how you make an appointment. And you can meet with Darla and Rosemary. They do run the tutor center. They're both really great. And then there's a tip sheet here. So there's a lot going on in this page. Do take a look at it, especially if you'd like help eventually. I like to here. This is actually just for fun. It's something I always include for my students. There's a discount list. Students get a lot of discounts on things like clothes, food, juice, drinks, things like that. So check that out. There's a discount code for Amazon and some traveling information for you. Now, here are some helpful links to the library. You can access the online databases. This will be really helpful when you are doing research in this class. Here's to sign up for help with a librarian, and I always strongly encourage you guys to do that, especially for the last essay. You will not believe how helpful it is to gain assistance from a librarian during the research module, but we'll all go over that later on. Here's help with your MLA citation and formatting, and some tutorials on library access. So feel free to look through these now or later when you need them. You probably will, especially the online database. So that's it for now. After you finish this, please proceed to Module 0. Coursework begins here, and take a look at that. See you then. Bye.